This is going to be a gem, allowing us the right to make bad choices. It is actually a fundamental part of our civil liberty. Chris Berg is a senior fellow at the Australian Institute of Public Affairs and believes governments overregulate our lives, all governments, from text driving laws through to implementing sugar taxes. He's just written a book on the topic called Liberty, Equality and Democracy, a copy of the book I don't have at hand, and is here to tell us where he reckons our government is overstepping the mark. Chris, good morning.
Thanks for having me.
Not at all. This is going to be fascinating. We've got to sort the world out in 4 minutes, and your time starts now. You're a libertarian, yes?
Yes, absolutely, because I think governments meddle too much. I think they have taken too much responsibility over our own lives, and they've really undermined our basic civil liberties by doing so.
To what extent do you think the New Zealand government meddles?
Look, I think it's really obvious that the New Zealand government is heading down a dangerous path. I think you're lucky to have a long-term Conservative government that has avoided some of the worst excesses of what we've seen in Australia. You've avoided some of the worst nanny state issues, but the drive is there. The idea that governments are responsible for our own choices is as evident in New Zealand as it is in Australia.
Do you accept, albeit reluctantly, that governments have to meddle?
Governments have to do a lot of things. Governments have to protect our property. They have to protect our person. They have to do national security. They have to provide law and justice and public goods and so on and so forth. It's where you draw the line, is it? It's where you draw the line. And what's happened over the last couple of decades is those basic things that governments are supposed to do have become a broader intervention into our personal liberties. So when they're providing us public health, which is lovely, they've also started to say, well, now we're going to start overriding your health choices, your personal health choices.
Okay, and they're going to say that to us they're going to get away with that in many cases on the basis that they're doing it for our own good because they are protecting people like you and me, decent, well-educated citizens who look after ourselves and our families from people who don't look after themselves and their families, and they're avoiding us having to pay for them further down the track.
There is this assumption that there are lots of people out there who are incapable of looking after themselves. I don't share that assumption because
really?
fundamentally...
I could show you them. We could go for a drive. I could show you thousands.
Fundamentally, I am a Democrat. I believe that people have as much a right to vote as they have to choose about what they eat, drink, consume, how they arrange their financial affairs.
The right to make mistakes.
Yes, exactly. Because who is legitimately able to override our choices? Who knows better about our decisions than we do?
Well, I suppose
bureaucrats.
but would you say that there are certain decisions that you could make en masse, which is democratic government, which will be beneficial for the whole because we don't live in an ideal society where everyone is responsible?
Of course, we don't live in an ideal society, but I think we need to get closer to that ideal society. I think we need to be encouraging people to be self-reliant.
Okay, what we need is specifics. We've been talking about obesity. Obesity is a huge problem. Obesity, even if I don't become obese, and I'm on the cusp of it, even if I don't become obese, I'm still going to have to pay the price for those that do become obese. So the response to that could be a sugar tax, which some governments have done. Now, they're doing that because people will not act responsibly. So they're trying to manage society.
Look, there are some specific problems.
Do you agree with that or disagree with that?
I disagree that it's a good idea to do that sort of thing. There are some serious problems with fat taxes. We've had fat taxes internationally like Denmark and they got rid of them. But I think it's really problematic to say, well, because the government gives you public health, therefore it gets to control what you eat and drink and consume and so forth. I think that's really fundamentally against our basic liberties, against our democratic ethos. Now, there are things that you could do to help the obesity crisis, and that would be encourage people to take insurance that manages how you act yourself. But not force people to do it. And this is the problem, that we have a public health system that has decided it will give money equivalently.
The reason libertarianism is basically flawed is that you believe that everyone should be free to do whatever they like as long as it doesn't impinge on the freedom of other people to do what they like. Am I right?
Yes, absolutely.
And stupid people impinge on the freedom of other people to do what they like because they make other people pay for their bad decisions.
We need to organise our political, economic and social systems so that the damage that people's choices make does not impinge on other people.
All right. Should reading your book be made compulsory?
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Chris.
Purchasing the book should be made compulsory.
Chris Berg, Senior Fellow, Institute Public Affairs. Thank you very much for joining us. The book is Liberty, Equality and Democracy, and you've got to say it'd have to be a fascinating read, even if you don't agree with it.